All right, friends, welcome. It's been a bit since we've done a Low Elo Legends Islands game, but this is a really fun map because I think there's a lot of confusion on how to play water maps. And I mean, the game's already difficult enough, but players start on two separate islands and they have to cross the seas to find each other on land. We tend to see some very unique games. So in the red, playing as the Dravidians, which is kind of a new civilization and is good water civilization as well. We have Mugu, Mugur. This is a tongue twister. Muguralver. That's much better than what I said originally. I'm just probably going to call this player red. And then in the blue, we've got Nappy Bonpart, and Nappy is napping here on the sheep, and it is now fixed it, and life is good again. And Nappy's playing as the Britons. So it's 500 elo, and so we have to taper our expectations a little bit. I feel like one of these players probably favorited Islands, and then the other one might not have a lot of experience on it. So if I were to guess, I would say that maybe the player who's picked the Dravidians here has maybe done a little bit of homework and has picked this civ to try and experiment with the water bonuses. But I don't know. There's no way for me to know if it was pick civs or random civilizations. I'm simply assuming that. When you do think of the Britons, you typically think they don't have bad navy. They just don't have a ton of naval bonuses economically. But you typically think about their archers on land, and then you think about their cheaper town centers on land, at least as starting bonuses. But I do think the sheep bonus, collecting the sheep faster, is really helpful for a beginner player. Already, though, you can see blue has made the mill, no lumber camp. No lumber camp for red either, so it might not surprise me if we don't even see a dock here from either player for a long, long time. So let me just overview how to play water maps for people that don't know water maps. And I'm just going to make it simple, all right? Not going to be too specific, as these guys are just slaughtering sheep. They are slaughtering sheep without a care in the world. Yeah, I'm not going to be too specific on it because I think you guys are all smart and you can figure it out from here, okay? So you get enough on food to get villager production rolling. Typically that's 6, okay? 6 on food. Instead of spending just like 2 or 3 to wood, go to 5 on wood, all right, over time. So the next 5 villagers are going to wood as you're just taking food. Obviously, you need houses. Obviously, eventually you want to get some boars, etc. But the idea is that much on wood gives you enough to dock. You do not mill. You dock, you make fishing ships, send them to deep fish. The idea is just consistently, as I stumble over my words, make fishing ships in the Dark Age as you're making vills. That's the idea. And then you adapt from there. If you're like, okay, this is a water map, we're going to go fast feudal and go into galleys. Yeah, you can do that. You can also just, fast castle from there. But the idea is if you have fishing ships and villagers, you're ahead of your opponent's economy. But the big step that these guys are missing is they're not even going for a lumber camp. Like, it looks like blue has done that here. But, blue's thinking farm. Blue's thinking berries. Blue's not thinking of spending wood in other ways. Guys, this tells me that blue does not have the small trees mod on. Now, we don't have it for casting, but just to show you, the reason people use this is because at certain angles, it's hard to click trees. And I'm guessing he tried to click this tree, or one of these trees, but it's hard to see that, right? It's very hard to click accurately. So he probably just ended up clicking one of these. And so with these natural trees, he ended up, all the way back here. So these villagers kind of walking long distances. But listen, it's time to chill. It's time to relax. We might see the late game Dravidian Navy of the Therisidai, their new unique ship, which could be really cool. But you can only make that in the Imperial Age. So these guys are hanging out. I actually think Islands is pretty low stress for these guys because there's no way they can be attacked at this time. Whereas on other maps, there's always something that can happen. So curious to see how this goes. We've got quite a few villagers on the berries over here for red. Red has not taken a boar yet. Just scouting his island now. Blue, just 1 villager on berries. And all blue's like, I want to make a dock. I see water. That's what blue's trying to do. Didn't have the wood for it. Big moment. Looking for it through the pages. Where's the dock? Which one's the dock? T90 said to dock. I need to try and dock. Where is it? I can't find it. Damn, I wish I had a hotkey for this. Where's the dock? And now he doesn't have the wood again because he's making a farm. He wants a dock. He's definitely going to dock. Okay, now we're going to make houses. Can you freaking dock, dude? What are you standing here for? Maybe he got bored of this tree. Oh, wait. Okay, now he's moving. He's been clicked to trees again. And, oh, God. Okay, well. The only thing we've learned is maybe consider using small trees if you want to click trees efficiently. Okay, well. How's Red doing? Red 20 villagers. Blue's on 19. Very close game thus far. These guys are these guys do everything together here. They're a big teamwork family. I wonder if they will kill that boar. It feels perfect, right? You can drop the meat off at the mill. These guys are all bumping into each other right now, but they'll finish that pretty quickly. No docking thus far. We do have Red on the way to feudal age. The Dravidians get plus 200 wood when they get to the next age. And we're seeing a dock, baby. We're seeing a dock from Red. It is our first dock sighting, and that's got me excited. But, you know, I don't really expect much to come from that right away. And there's also a dock from Blue on the back. Oh, man, the simultaneous docking. Have you ever been more thrilled in your life? This is living. Oh, and he killed the boar, and I missed that. Okay, where are you going, though? Okay, kill the boar. Good. Sorry, you know, I made the mistake of drinking way too much caffeine before casting low elo today, and my energy may outpace the gameplay. I apologize in advance if it gets too bad. Now, Dravidians, they get pop space from their docks, which is kind of nice. So this is a house and a dock. And then their fishing ships do carry more food. So if you're fishing long distance, it could be really solid. Blue is making a transport ship. Okay, typical Britons. They want to experience some other lands. Let's go. And, you know, the farming eco has been quite nice. The berries have been quite nice. Resources collected has been very nice for Blue. Blue's been very consistent. His workers have been working all the time. And here goes the scout. I assume this guy's going to hop directly into that transport ship. Yep, there he goes. Is he going to bring any friends with him, or is it a solo expedition? Well, he's just going to sit in there for now, and he's off. All right, we've got movement. He's excited. He's been on this island his whole life. This is the first time they've explored. Can you imagine? There's no real intel on what's going to be out there. We know there's going to be 2 neutral islands and then another main island, but this guy doesn't know that. You can't build anything with this scout, so you just get scouting intel. Meanwhile, for Red, Red's going to kill the other boar. So Red's the only player of the 2 killing boars, and Red is fishing a little bit, so that's good. But yeah, here he goes. Off into the darkness. And fishing back here as well. One of the fishing ships hasn't been tasked to fish, so it's just chilling, but you know, maybe he was out in the early morning. He's maybe already fished for 8 hours. I don't know. I'm not going to judge. Do love the mining camp here from Blue, though. I think we know what he was thinking. Works for the stone and works for the gold. This guy's overseeing the whole process. He's the manager. And then these guys are the employees. All right. Land has been sighted. Land has been sighted. All right. I'm guessing he just clicked this thing to the very north of the map. Oh, he's out already. Wow, great micro. And this is good because I was concerned when I saw the civs that Red really had a good water strategy and Blue was going to have no clue what to do. But if anything, it looks like Blue seems to know more than Red does in some ways. Okay, so there's the scout. Now, how attentive is Red going to be to his base right now? Is he going to notice that blue streak running through his base? Is he going to do anything about it? I've seen players freak out and make a barracks. Oh, God, he's standing right there, too. Oh, he's attacking. Oh, my goodness. Whoa. Okay, so Red fights back. Red definitely knows now. So much for being sneaky, Blue. He was on that ship for a long time. He really wanted to, he really wanted to kill. And, well, the scouts now moved off. The villager's going to head back to work, slightly bruised, and this scout doesn't give a damn. I'm guessing red doesn't know where it is. And that was pretty action-packed stuff right there, guys. Oh my goodness. And now the scout's like, he's just called an Uber. He wants to get picked up, but there's only one ride, and is currently picking someone else up or something because the transport is just leaving him there. He regrets attacking because he's angered the whole village. All right, so I'm going to assume that Blue's plan is to, bring villagers over. And he's just going to go find something else to do because the transport hasn't found him. I saw Blue is making galleys. Okay, so Blue's making navy back here. So the idea is to also control the seas. But Blue didn't see that Red even had a dock, which is kind of interesting. This scout's now looking for the scout that attacked the villagers earlier. All right. Interesting game here, folks. Interesting game. Transport ship is really lost. But I'm guessing he's just scouting. Look at how much of the shoreline he scouted. By the time he gets to the north, he may have seen everything, but he still has somehow missed that dock. I love all the details this freaking game has, man. There's just so many small things that can happen every single time. You could play 1,000 Age of Empires games, and unless you play them all on like Arena or something, there's always going to be something slightly different every time, it feels like. Okay, scouts here again. We know what happened last time. And wait. He thought about it. He didn't attack you. If you heard the noise, that was because the attack animation and the noise is not actually synced in the game. So sometimes the noise will play when there's no attack. And now he's looking for the transport ship again. And this... I don't know if he insulted the captain of the ship or what, but that ship does not want to pick him up. But, I mean, realistically, right, all jokes aside here, I think Blue's doing the right thing to scout a lot of this island. And Red doesn't seem that interested in ever fighting back on water. And resources collected in this game, Blue has been ahead in every single resource. That's really good. But I think Red could beat Blue to the Castle Age. Both players are fairly close to the Castle Age. Also, you can tell Blue is quite paranoid that maybe Red could be over here because Blue's making spearmen. So Blue's like, if I did it, maybe he'll do it. But no transport ship has been made yet from Red. And okay, this is important scouting. So Blue will now locate the fishing ships and that random villager. Scout's just creeping. Red, you gotta see this, right? You just placed the dock there. Does Red not see that? Okay, Blue sees this. Okay, and Red notices and Red fights back. That would be a dead scout if Blue doesn't run away. And Blue's gonna run away again. All right. Now, where is your scout, Red? Okay, there's Red. Red's like, I'm sick of this guy. I love how annoying Blue has been, though. Like, he truly has been a pest with this thing. It'd be really funny if he could escape now with the transport. He runs away again. I still think Blue is the Arabia player. Like, I think Blue is a player who really likes to play standard maps. Just with how nerdy and aggressive he's been with that scout. 3 docks from Blue. Red, rather. Blue's bringing forward the galleys. But galleys, you need to get fletching on. Bodkin arrow. Like, there's upgrades that are needed. And you have to micro them. And I think Blue's going to be the faster player with micro and unit movement. But I still don't think it'll be pretty. And now there's another transport ship. And we'll see what ends up going in there. Red first to Castle Age. And that might set off some alarm bells in Blue's mind. Like, oh yeah, I forgot Castle Age was a thing. Red off into the darkness now, looking for damage, selling some food, buying some stone, clearly wants a castle. Is making a transport ship, so I'm thinking Red wants to make a castle on this island here. Or on the enemy island, they're quite close. But as I mentioned before, you know, the fires, you can compare this to having some knights versus some archers on land. It's just, In low numbers, the fire ships are always going to win, and I don't think blue necessarily knew that. And this will be very good for red. Blue is to back away now, which means time taken away from other things, aka the economy. Blue hasn't been creating any villagers, hasn't been creating any fishing ships, isn't in Castle Age yet. And blue's making more transport ships. We've got the spearmen here. There's no need for the spearmen at home, I guess. So, just going to drop the spearmen into the transport ship. And yeah, blue didn't have a building. So, needed either a blacksmith or a market at this stage. It's just going to build both and then can click up to Castle Age. But this is good for red. Here comes the other transport ship. So, you could put 15 units in this. And blue's ready to go. I mean, he's got the food. Blue's ready to go. Welcome, Patrick, by the way. Welcome, everybody else. What's the 7 next to the name for blue? The number next to the player names is their age. So, it's a 17-year-old versus a 2-year-old. No, I'm being stupid. No, it's the color. So, in the game, as red's transporting to drop a castle here. This is the importance of water control, right? You can easily transport, and you don't have to be sneaky if you have some navy, which blue doesn't really have. But no, when we loaded into the game, Nappy Bonpart was gray, and gray is just not really the most pleasurable color to cast, so I changed the color. So if I ever change the color, there's going to be a tiny little indicator there. Blue's doing the right thing to transport, but there's one step that blue is missing. And well, first off, click the Castle Age, blue. Jeez, man. But the main thing that blue is missing here is you're missing villagers. It'd be so much easier for you if you could build up a base on the enemy island instead of having to transport the units. Red is now here. So, you know, blue doesn't know anything about that. And like we said, now red can build some stuff up here. I think advantage red. Red's done a really nice job getting to Castle Age. And we've got Yorumi swordsman, people. These things slap. No, really, they do. They slap you with the little whip. It's a metal whip. Look them up. These guys existed. I don't know if they all had mustaches, but they whipped all right. Watch me whip. Watch me nay-nay. Boom. Let's go. The initial attack is like a bit of a charge with this unit, but capture age doesn't show the charge, so I forget what it is. I think it's like 8+7 first. I forgot capture age doesn't show it. I think blue would have noticed that. Blue might have been looking here and oh, blue, let me tell you. I'm not the only one that's ever going to laugh. Or I'm not the only one that's been laughed at for landing the wrong island. No, the transports are going home. No. No. I feel so bad for you. I understand. No, the Yorumis are here. No. Oh, disaster. 15 seconds from Castle Age. If only you had an army to defend. Oh, it's so sad. And the transport ships are at home. They're like, you only paid me for the trip there. They didn't stick around. This is a booming business. We've got Yorumis. We've got elephants. I mean, I was really expecting blue to maybe garrison here. Okay, well, this isn't really the healthiest of situations. Oh, we're going to make a town center there. With who? Huh? Blue, are you here? Are we good? No reaction? Okay, new town center over there. Oh, he's clicking the transports, guys. Oh, he's not finished yet. He's going to go pick up his army. Well, he has, you know, kind of forgotten about the main... Ah, there we go! Town bell! Town bell. Okay, so blue noticed. It took a little bit of time, but we're not judging. Very uncomfortable situation to be in. And blue's like, what can I do? I'm going to make some knights out of this stable. Now, sad thing is about the bell is the bell called this dude over, so we're not going to have a new TC there. But hold on. The counterattack's ready. And blue's here to, you know, change his reputation here. If only I could have done that. All right, we've got scouts headed to the main scout. He's like, all right, I've scouted the whole enemy island. I will tell you exactly where to attack. Okay, but Blue's distracted. All right, don't judge him. He's dying right now, so it would make sense that he's not looking at that. He's going to try and squeeze in a few upgrades. Elephants are actually pretty solid here, especially with the upgrades. We have armor, we have attack. Like, knights will die to those elephants. Dravidians are not known for having strong elephants, but yeah. I mean, if red is fully fixated on this attack, which I could understand, then maybe these scouts could kill a bunch of villagers. It's possible, but I think you have to go for it right away here, Blue. Like, it has to happen immediately. And ideally, while red is in the midst of battle. Because if red isn't attacking here, you'd think that red would react. You gotta attack. Let's fight. You just clicked him in. Fight. Okay, are they on attack? Okay, the starting scout's not. The other scouts are fighting. Okay, and red's going for the kill, and it's kind of working, which is good for red, but if blue can defend from this... Oh, the great counterattack! Let's go! Oh, this is epic! Does red know? Okay, red reacted. Okay, red reacted. Well done from red. Blue has lost a lot more villagers than red has. But, you know, good job from blue as well. I think give blue props. Because, you know, having landed the wrong island before... Well, there's a video on that. People can... In case, like, someone watching this later on doesn't know what the references are to the whole island thing, you might as well watch the video. But, you know, like, this is pretty good. And actually, it somehow is still continuing. Man, multitasking is hard. And, you know, maybe there's a chance for blue. I mean, I've seen crazier things. Okay, red rings the town bell. Red's like, man, he keeps doing this to me. This is really tricky. How am I supposed to stop this? Unrings the bell. Is going for the attack again. And this is now about settling your mind if you are both players here to settle down the game. Like, blue is the score lead if that means anything to you. That's pretty wild, actually. I don't know exactly what that is down to. This is a messy one. So again, my main tip... Oh my god, one of the sneak vills is here too. Blue's going to complete the TC. Blue's going to kill the monk. What? It's comeback time, baby. It's comeback. Listen, my main tip to you if you want to transport on this map is bring villagers. If blue would have brought villagers with the initial transport, it would have built up a base here. It would have been really problematic for red. I think that's the key difference here. Obviously, I know that red had the castle, but he made production buildings. He made buildings. This is interesting. Town center will be denied by these Yurumis. And castle will be denied as well and potentially destroyed. This is still very problematic for blue. Blue doesn't really have any gold income right now. Blue doesn't have any army anymore. TC and castle being lost would probably be the end. And the spearman was the final counterattacking force here. That gets killed off as well. Only food in the bank right now for blue. And no wood. Actually, 0 wood in the bank, which is problematic. I think red probably going to take this game, but man, his island's fun. Islands is the best at low elo, man. It's super fun. All the transporting, all the sneakiness. And you get to see Yurumi swordsman here too. I wonder if red picked the Dravidians for the Yurumis or for the water bonuses. Maybe both. And blue seems distracted. Is making more villagers, but is down to 13. I think the strategy right now for blue is to pull the army away from the castle. That seems to be what the play is. It's kind of working. But I think red is paying attention. It really doesn't work when your opponent is looking at the screen. If their monitor turns off for a second, though, it could be really effective. Yep. And looks like red's monitor is working. So he could use his eyeballs. And, well, I mean, blue's got 1,000 food, so he could continue this forever. He's trying it again. Red's like, no. I will not let you do this. I know what you're doing. The castle's at 62%. This is what we call a doubt castle. The TC will go down in a second. Even if the castle goes up, it'll probably be elephanted right down. Blue continues to just sneak in here to try and build stuff. And well played from red here with the transport. Again, I think blue didn't necessarily play worse. I just think red had the smarter decision making with how to utilize that transport ship. I don't know. Maybe we have... Okay, you know what would turn this game upside down? Is if blue brought 15 vills and dropped a castle directly at red's base. Honestly, the defensive castle wasn't even the play. The best play to come back when you're super dead on islands is just drop the castle right in the middle of their economy. I guarantee you red would not be able to deal with that. Like, red's economy would be a disaster. You are essentially trying to stabilize an economy which is already gone, my friend. As sad as that sounds, you know, you don't want to accept that. But you still need to do some damage to the opponent. I think for blue, blue's going to have to realize this game is over. Getting slapped to death by these Yurumis. They're not the most muscular of warriors in our game. I'm used to, like, even the villagers are more muscular. Look at these dudes. Look at these lumberjacks. And then look at the Yurumis. Can you imagine if the villager could pick up one of those weapons? It would slap so much harder, man. You know what else is being slapped right now? The market. Red selling stone, buying food. I think red wants to go Imperial Age, which is 1,000 food, 800 gold. Still trying to get there. Still waiting for it. Is blue here? Did blue go AFK? Blue has left the computer! Blue has left the computer! Blue's AFK! He's so annoyed. He's like, these freaking islands players, man. Wait, no, he's curing villagers. Hold on. Well, maybe he's queued up a bunch of villagers and then went, you know, to go do something. Well, please don't do this. Don't waste someone else's time. If someone's like a massive jerk to you, you know, calls you a bunch of names, says, hey, T90, don't build those archer ranges on the island again. You know, they see stuff like that. Maybe you have a right to be a little bit salty, but red's strategy was fine. This is legit strat. And now you're just kind of wasting the opponent's time. I don't think red's necessarily going to be upset by it, though. I mean, at this rank, getting to slowly clear up the opponent is probably pretty satisfying feel. Yeah, exactly. Red's having fun. I think if it's higher rank, people are like, oh, stop wasting my time. Red's like, this is sick. Red might have lost 4 games before this, you know? Anyways, blue is definitely gone. It's also possible that blue doesn't know how to quit. I don't know how new blue is. So we'll give blue the benefit of the doubt. But if I know any Salty Age of Empires 2 player, blue will actually come back before he's officially defeated and resign. It's like, at this point, if you wait this long, you might as well you better give your opponent the satisfaction of actually defeating you. The sad thing is you have to you have to kill every single unit, and the Navy's going to be relatively complicated to kill. Yeah, Red's enjoying this. Red's having fun. Red's looking around for more things of blue. Dock will go down. And then there's just the Navy, and I think we might see red make some Threesidai. It's not a complete game with Dravidians unless you make the Threesidai. Let's see if red has done his homework on the Civ. How much do you know, red? We saw infantry. We saw the Slappy Boys. We saw some water play. Okay, selling tons of food for gold. Spies! I forgot about spies. I was like, why is he doing that? Oh, yeah. Okay, so now he can see everything that blue can see. Red is guys, red is no beginner here. He's faced up against enough people that have gone AFK to know that spies is the meta. All right, so now, you know, there's not going to be any surprises because spies is in. And he says, are you AFK? Well, I mean, the answer is yes. Blue just left. I hope red doesn't feel less satisfaction about the win. Like, blue was here for most of this. He went AFK when he knew he was going to lose to you, red. And anyways, Doc's going to go down. I don't know if the ships will move automatically. Okay, so they're not moving automatically, but I think you still have to take out the transports, which is kind of stupid, but... Wait. Did that defeat him? Or did he come back? I guess maybe fishing ships and transport ships don't count. Okay, I think that was probably him being defeated. For a split second there, I thought blue just showed up at the end and then just resigned. I guess you can't, like, fight back with fishing ships, but and you can't build new buildings with fishing ships? I was thinking that actually fishing ships would have still needed to be taken out there. Daniel's like, how's that defeated? Yeah, we learned something new there, I think. Let's see, does it say defeated in the game? Defeated. Yeah, so gray did not return. Or I guess blue in our game did not return. And well played there to our winning player. Army and army buildings. Yeah. Well, no, that's not exactly true, though, because I'm pretty sure if you still have a market, and a market can make trade carts, that you still are not defeated. I'm fairly certain that's the case. But obviously, pretty unimportant at this point. It just saved us a little bit of time. This is a fun game. I hope blue's not too discouraged. I actually think blue had a really good game. Maybe blue's house caught on fire. We do not know what happened here. Yes, it's safe to assume that he maybe got frustrated, but he also may have just escaped a burning building and saved, his most prized possessions. And, he's really itching to play some New Age of Empires once he recovers from all that. So we're just going to pretend he wasn't salty, even though I'm going to assume that blue was probably a little bit salty and frustrated. 86 kills, 55 deaths for red. But red, the key here for red was transport to the enemy island and make a base. Blue was transporting the units, and the units were effective in attack, but it was so much more difficult to focus on all that, especially for this rank. You got to click units into the transport. You got to get units over to the other side and eject them from the transport. And throughout that time, you haven't been able to do anything else because you're so focused on it. Then you attack, and then you got to repeat that whole process to attack again, instead of just building a building and just tossing a bunch of units into the opponent's base. Again, though, I can't really talk because I once built 3 archer ranges on a neutral island in a tournament. So that was cool. 31k res collected, though, from red. Well played. First time we've done islands in months and months and months, and you bet I'm going to be looking for more because I feel like there's just so much craziness that can happen with, multiple bases, cool naval units that we never get to see. Like, I think the second to last time we did islands, I think we saw Spanish cannon galleons and, like, not Victorias. What's the caravels? The Portuguese ship? I have a vague memory of that. Yeah, it could be a lot of fun. Blue's mom showed up and told him he had to stop playing because he was grounded. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. That's probably what happened. Been there.